My name is Rich Cortez. I'm the county judge of Hidalgo County.
And Richard, I know we've got a lot of, Judge Cortez, I know we've got a lot of topics to talk about today, but let's start with the water issue. It's obviously front of mind for everyone. It's raining hard today, but we need some help.
Yes, we do, Steve. Unfortunately, we need a lot of help. Our reservoirs are very at the lowest points that have been in many years. We are largely dependent on that water coming in from the Rio Grande. And I hope that the federal government will help us go to Mexico and negotiate with Mexico for them to release some of the water that they owe us.
And of course, it's just not the valley that's suffering. Tamaulipas also depends on that water, that if it doesn't come down from Chihuahua.
That is correct. It's a regional problem, and unfortunately, information that they've given me is that also there are some internal struggles on the political side in Mexico that are interfering with that process. So hopefully we can iron all that out. I keep telling people that, we don't need a lawyer to go to Mexico, tell them that, it's the water, we need a negotiator. They can go in there and try to negotiate that deal.
Do you happen to know if the State Department's on our side on this? Are they making overtures?
Steve, I'm in conversation with our congressional people and our senator, and my understanding is that they are.
Okay, so that's that topic. Another one near and dear to your heart, you set up the Hidalgo County Prosperity Task Force. What's the latest news with that?
Well, Steve, I'm just so happy and so excited about the Prosperity Task Force. And what excites me is that we have a lot of support from the educational institutions, from the nonprofits, from the municipalities, from the school districts. They all see the value of having success in helping our people in poverty get out of poverty. It's never a wrong choice to get people out of the welfare line and put them on the taxpayer line. In fact, I think it's a necessity for us to do that. A lot of the problems and the reasons that we weren't successful in the past in doing that is I think we had good ideas, we had good plans, but there was no execution. The Prosperity Task Force has created a structure for us to be able to implement solutions to the problem.
I remember you telling us late last year that you were hopeful of getting through the UTRGV, getting a big grant that would help. Is there any news on that one?
Yes, unfortunately, there were only a few grants given out throughout the United States. I believe the El Paso area was the one that was awarded the grant here in the state of Texas. However, there's more to come and there's more work to do. We're never going to stop working, for us to finance an activity that's very essential to our area.
And so the Prosperity Task Force, its work goes on, and you're seeing incremental improvements.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, Wednesday we're going to be meeting with a group of impresionarios, a lot of people from Mexico and the United States, business community, as to how we can market our area better. We need to have name identification. When you go and market in a region, you need a name. You need for everybody to know who we are and where we are. So we're going to be talking about that, hopefully in creating a more aggressive economic development effort.
And what name will you use?
That's what we're going to discuss. Today I had the dean of the, not the dean of the new football coach, Coach Bush, said, we're a metro area, so I think maybe the RGV mega metro area or something like that. I think that would give some indication of the size that we are.
And it's part of it. A big part of it is better paying jobs, bringing in companies that with more skilled, that need a more skilled workforce.
Yes, Steve, it was discussed this morning that a lot of the students that are here at the UTRGV, when they're being confronted and discussed about their future, that the majority says, well, I'm going to go to Houston, I want to go to Chicago, I want to leave this area to take advantage of my education. Well, that's not good for us because we're not benefiting from a human capital, and then we're going to have to compete with it because it's somewhere else. So we need to do a better job in attracting the type of jobs that the students, once they graduate, can be able to stay here.
McAllen EDC was hopeful of landing a very big project that they felt was going to be a game changer, this silicon wafer manufacturing center plant. and it would have been 1,500 very well paid jobs. That didn't happen, a last minute decision by the company not to pursue the project. How disappointed were you with that, and is the valley primed? Can it go after the next one that's available?
Well, obviously we're very disappointed, but I'm an optimist. You know, to me, what history has taught me is that sometimes success follows failure. So I'm never concerned with failure if we use it, you know, to benefit and learn from it. So we're just going to keep trying, and I want to thank the McCounty Economic Development Corporation and all economic development corporations for their efforts.
Let's move on to the Willacy County situation. You're hoping that county can help the overspill here in Hidalgo County with our inmates. What's the latest development there?
Well, Steve, you know, some people can second guess any decisions that we make. We were very fortunate that we needed additional capacity in our jail, and we were fortunate that the Willacy County Jail was available. We made some tentative assessments, budget assessments as to what a new jail would cost us, and we were talking about almost $260,000 per bed. That's a huge amount of money to build a 500 or 800 bed jail. But with the Willacy County, we didn't buy it. We leased it. But if you do the numbers, leasing it at the price that we leased it, it was a lot better than for us to go to a new jail. Unfortunately, we had to remodel it and put it in the condition that we can use it. We're very close to do that. I hope that within the next 2 or 3 months we'll be able to put prisoners in there.
In Raymondville?
In Raymondville, yes, sir.
And then the question you always get asked by every reporter, how things going with the new courthouse?
Well, Steve, again, thank you for asking me that. You know, the President of the administration, we inherited that situation. So we had the contractor, we had everybody already in place when we took it over. I'm happy to report that I think we're just around the corner. We have an agreement with them that they should finish it by the end of this month. I think that probably is not a reasonable goal to have, but I think that the end of May is a very reasonable goal for us to expect that we'll have occupancy permit by the end of May. It'll take us another month to work out some details and hopefully start moving people in July. At least that's the best information that I have.
When it's all up and running, how many county workers will be based there?
Oh, golly, I can't tell you that specific number, but it's a huge facility, and I think everybody that's going to go in there and look at it is going to be very, very proud. It's state of the art. You know, we've grown so much in this county. I believe that we're the 7th most populous county in the state of Texas of 254. So we needed a big facility, and now we have it, and hopefully by July we'll be using it.
And you're working with the city of Edinburgh on parking to make sure that
yes, parking is always going to be an issue. You know, we were already in an urban area in downtown Edinburgh, so parking is going to be an issue. Our understanding is that Edinburgh is going to build a parking garage, so that's going to interrupt. That construction is going to be interrupted. And of course, TxDOT is going to build a loop around the courthouse. So we're going to have continued construction and continued impediment to the use of it. But hey, if you go through all the big cities, there's always construction going on because of the need.
Those are all the questions I had. Are there any other big projects you're working on that you'd like to tell the viewers about?
Well, yes. Another project, Steve, is animal control. We have a lot of unattended animals throughout the county, and we need to have better education and educate and inform our pet owners to do a good job in managing those things. And I think all the cities are feeling the same pressure that we are, and I hope that we can find a solution to our unmanaged pet control problem.
Well, Judge, thank you so much for today's interview. We've learned a lot, as we always do when we catch up with you.
Thank you, Steve.